Okay, we're back with linear algebra. We're continuing example 2 from section 2.6. I want to show you how to actually compute the production vector using technology. And one nice solution I found is SageCell. Sage is an online, well, Sage is a computer algebra system, and you can access it online. One of the most convenient ways to do this is if you have if you only have a small amount of code, you can go to SageMath cell, and here it is, SageMath, sagecell.sagemath.org, and they give you a little window, a little cell you can type things into. So we're going to type in the matrix. We have a matrix, and it has real numbers. You can also make a rational entry or integers, but we're going to say we have a real matrix, and in Sage you enter by rows, so we want 0.5, 0.4, 0.2, that's the first row, and the next row 0.2, 0.3, 0.1, separate them by commas, and then separate the rows by commas. The last row is 0.1, 0.1, 0.3, and close that out. So it's a list of lists, a matrix of matrices, or vector of vectors with row vectors, and that is the matrix C. You can just press enter, and now I'm going to enter the identity matrix. That's built in. So identity matrix 3, that's a 3 by 3 identity matrix. And I have to use II because the name I, which I'd prefer to use, is reserved for something else. And here's the demand vector that I want to actually compute. It's actually, I'll enter it. It's going to be a real number vector, and a vector means a column vector, so I can just enter it in like this, and that's your demand vector. We can think of it as a column vector. Vectors are column vectors. And finally, we found that the production vector needed is we need the identity minus the consumption matrix raised to the negative first power. So we could just enter that in. Sage makes it really easy. And then matrix multiplication is just times, and there's D, and there is our code, and we can click on the evaluate button and come up with the answer. Sage is computing this. Well, it produced it, so let's try again. We might need to print X and evaluate that. And, oh, okay. I need to learn Python a little bit better. Here's print X, and there we have it. Here's the vector that we need, the production vector necessary, 225 in a little bit, 118 in a little bit, 77 in a little bit, to actually get that output vector 50, 30, 20, and that's computed by matrix arithmetic. What's that? Where is the ghost phone? I don't know. It might be downstairs, but
I just checked it. This can't be it because it's the Samsung phone.
yeah, that's my regular phone.
That's the regular phone. I deduced that from seeing this.
Yeah, I don't know.